Lori, you are an interesting individual.
I am, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
You know how like quiet and sad the neighborhood would be if I wasn't around? I mean, you might think you'd want peace on one side, but your daughter just moved on that side, so now you're surrounded by crazy. Like,
Well, yes, I am, but
Lives with and now surrounded by.
fortunately, you have John, so I don't have to take care of your house too.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
yeah, John was volunteering to mow, but so the gas I have is a couple years old, right? And it's been working fine, but I had that issue with the mower starting before. And I told him, I said, if we run out of gas, it's gonna go through the carburetor and I don't even know how to deal with that. So let's just not until we have fresh gas and fill the tank up again. I don't want to deal with any of it.
You put stable when you put gas in your cans?
I kept reading the instructions for the packages. You know, it's too confusing, I feel.
Well, it's 1 ounce per every 2.5 gallons.
I don't think, I think I'm almost done though. You know, and the snowblower had no problems with it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use up the rest of it and then just put new gas in it.
What you should do, and I found this out recently, is
Hey coach, hey Freeside. I'm live now per your request.
find some stuff that racing fuel.
For the lawnmower?
Yeah, high test. What it is they put that ethanol in it,
Yeah,
and you got to get some gas without
also painted.
ethanol. And the wind is blowing right at me.
So I'm gonna see him with racing fuel and that freaking ride-on lawnmower.
There you go.
That's a King of the Hill
Manage-
episode right there for you, Gary.
Boys and their toys.
No, because I put in my generator, my snow thrower. My snow thrower goes 40 miles an hour in reverse.
Oh Jesus. That's why it's kicking up all those rocks from the driveway.
Well, I call them at your house.
Yeah. And I get you back with my plow digging up your yard.
Yeah, it all comes out in the lawn.
Yeah.
Revenge of the yards.
Well, you know, it's funny because I'll be snow blowing my yard, and all of a sudden I'll see a rock go over. It's like, oh fuck. Okay.
And now that because I wasn't realizing it was doing that until I saw your yard, and I was like, oh, right, because of the stones. So now I go on my deck, and isn't it like stones all up my stairs because of me throwing my own stones up there? And I'm like, yep.
Well, your father one day.
Oh, Jesus, a father story on Father's Day.
Oh,
Father's
there you
Day. He was sitting there one day, and he woke me up in the morning. He's throwing ice pellets at the side of my house
Why?
because he was snowballing his driveway, and he had the chute way up, and it's, hey,
Oh, God.
Oh, I didn't know I was hitting your house.
He really is oblivious to
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yes. Well, he was working with this guy named Larry Wiles one day. Do you know what a UPS is?
Like the delivery guys?
No.
Brown?
No. A UPS is uninterruptible power supply.
Okay.
Okay? So basically, you could have
It's like a big battery.
a big battery. Okay? Larry went in and turned the UPS off. And I came in when Larry was working on something and turned the UPS back on again. And he said, what the fuck are you doing? Well, the UPS was off. I turned it back on. He says, he had him thrown out of the...
Oh, God. I don't even know how that man was able to work for Duck for so many years. I don't. Because the fights he started after he was gone, they were bad. Oops, I wasn't watching what I was doing. So he had this land surveying job. I don't know if this is the same job or not, but I guess the area he was going to visit had a pit bull nearby and he didn't trust it. He went and bought mace. I'm like, you're too obsessed with things around you that don't even affect you. You're not even out there that long. And then I guess his boss wanted to meet up and carpool, but where he had to park was close to a strip club. Then that threw him off. I'm not parking in a neighborhood with a strip club. I'm like, it's a job. You gotta do your job. I was like, you're gonna get in trouble if you start macing animals. Tell you that.
Yes.
So then he got a security job at a hospital of some sort, and he would take his coffee, his muffin, and he would have breakfast outside in the front. And they told him, well, you can't do that because you're in uniform and you're just sitting there and it doesn't look good for us. You guys have a break room. I can do what I want. Like, that's ridiculous, and wouldn't listen to him. And then he started rolling a chair to his station so he could sit. The boss is like, this is not a sitting job. I need you standing. He's like, well, I'm not physically able to. It's like, again, why'd you choose this job? So he's fighting with them about like discrimination and disability acts and, you know, all this different stuff. And it gets to the point that they got so bad that he was in his boss's office. Something was said. My father's like, fuck you then. He walks out. Well, when my dad tried to collect unemployment, they were like, no, he walked out. We didn't fire him.
Yeah, he walked out.
So he had to go fight for that and get a lawyer and everything too. So I'm like, just stop fighting with people. Life's too short.
Last time I saw him was at the fish fry before COVID.
Oh. I mean, he seems like he's getting out and doing a lot of stuff, you know, even with his health issues and stuff, and he's using a cane now. You know, he's definitely a lot older than what he was.
How old is he now?
I want to say he's like 76 to 78, somewhere between that. So we took John's dad out for, well, it was supposed to be a breakfast, but the diner was an hour and a half wait when we got there. Like, holy crap, in Manchester by the airport. So then we called around, and he agreed to go to a barbecue place, but when we called them, they weren't open until 11, and I'm like, that's still like an hour away. Then we all agreed just to stay close to his house, so we went to 99 instead, which luckily when we showed up, there was like no one really there. So we had a nice lunch for like 3 hours. But
My father was a unique individual.
yep.
I still remember that day. Him and you were going round and round in the house when Gwen was there. And it's like, oh my God. And I wanted so bad to knock on the door and say, Gwen needs to play with the kids over here.
I can't even remember like when Gwen was around when me and him were going on about it.
Oh, you guy. I was staying there. Oh, holy.
Because he, so there was a phone jack upstairs in what's now my office. So, and it had a separate phone line. So I was paying my own bill. And every conversation should have been mine privately. But he, of course, tapped into it down in the office and made a line and started recording my phone calls. And there's just like, it was just that constant like disrespect of authority. And then,
No bueno.
yeah, and then like when I left, I know, right? Tasha and Rich Life. So crazy, those two. I hope she feeds him cauliflower again. Yeah, we all know what Tasha wants the trust for. More meth. Yeah, I just kind of put my foot down and stopped talking to him because every time I talk to him, my chest gets tight, you know? And I'm like, it's not worth me having a heart attack or a stroke over the stress of this, you know? So, like, I see him for holidays, and, like, see Brian, he'll sit there and nod. You know, like, no matter what he's saying, doesn't matter if it's, like, true, over the top, out of control, he just sits and nods and agrees with them, and I can't, I fight back. I'm just like, that is the most ridiculous, stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. He's like, you...
Take a lesson from your brother and say, yeah.
No, I can't. I can't. So that's why the deal was like, you know, if I stay here and take care of her, then he should just like take care of him because I can't deal anymore. I mean, I'm sorry to put that on him, but.
Where is John?
Yeah, Kat, what is it? What's the name? I don't know. He was cleaning the pool, I guess, on the deck, and then he didn't come down.
Well, he's got to practice skimming your pool so he can do Cassandra's.
My God, this freaking pool was clear when I went on vacation. I come back, it is green, right? Set the whole filter on, toss some pellets in, whatever. It goes to cloudy. I'm like, why the hell are you cloudy now? Now I've tossed some stuff in, and as of yesterday, I had it pretty clear, but it needs some vacuuming on the bottom, but it was pretty decent. Shut the filter off last night because I'm not going to use it, whatever. It's green again. I'm like, beavers with a poop job.
Getting a
Cat.
saltwater pool.
Oh.
Yeah, so this will be a lot easier, I think.
It's supposed to.
Yeah. So it's pool prep on that side. All the wood's coming down. Gary's been cutting and splitting, so I have plenty of firewood for nights like this. Kat, you're out of control. I love Coats. Coats is awesome. Yeah, I was gonna do the side of the fire pit because I love doing stone, but I just end up doing like the top of it instead first. That's nice over there. So I'm trying to attempt a fire pit because I like doing stones, but I did an aerial view of it instead. Making Gary famous. Everyone loves Gary on the Magical Channel. Beavis with a boo job.
Nobody knows what I look like.
Right?
Which I'm fine with, actually.
Yes. That's okay thing.
The voice of reason. Kind of like the Wizard of Oz.
Basically.
Yeah.
Paying attention behind the guy behind
Like saving Lori from killing herself. Oh my gosh. No, who does she mumble like? There's somebody else that you can't really understand, but it's not like, oh, you're that guy in the King of the Hill, the one that does the cars, that doesn't really talk, just kind of says words that he's, yeah. I can't think of his, Boomhauer. That's it. His name's Boomhauer from King of the Hill. Trying to get some rock stuff going on.
Just sent Stuart a happy Father's Day instead of happy birthday.
Is he a father?
No.
Oh. Awkward.
Yeah.
Sue and I always had this one little kind of a relationship that we always had. I don't know what it was, but we always did.
Yeah.
Ever since that day that he Doritos or Frito'd me my shirt.
Stuart, the son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So what did he do? Put his hands on you with Dorito
He was,
cheese?
I don't know how old he was, maybe 6, maybe. But he had was eating Doritos or Fritos or something, and he grabbed my shirt, and his mother was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Don't worry about it. It's a child." I don't know.
We have 2 of our own.
That's cute.
Him and I always got along pretty well. Of course, I got along with Stu too. So Stu saved me from killing your mother that one day.
I don't know why you would do that.
Tasha's obsessed with money that's not hers, so that's never going to go until she gets a job, don't you think? I mean, I did 47 hours of overtime the last 2 weeks. I thought I brought a napkin thing down. I'll have to fix these rocks later. I mean, you want something like a house or a place that's nicer than what you're doing, then you work for it. We all work our asses off.
Not me, I work for the state.
Yeah, things are so crazy right now. Yeah, so I guess my father's Facebook got hacked, and so someone had his account, like made a duplicate account, and then wrote to my cousin, who he's not even close to, and he was just like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, he did it to me too, whoever the stranger is, and it was way too pleasant to me, my dad. So I was like, you know, you fuck, like, whatever. So my cousin posted a picture like, "Hey, my uncle's account got hacked. Don't talk to him if it comes to you." Well, my father took offense to that. You know, like, I don't know, like, he took it the wrong way somehow and completely lost his shit and started calling my cousin a scumbag and all this different stuff. He's like, Art, like, I'm telling people, like, not to, you know what I mean? Like, so then he calls me, "What are you doing?" I'm like, as I've told you 100 times, I work. I get I'm a woman, but I work full time. Like, is there an emergency? Like, what do you need? Because I hate that question of, like, what are you doing at, like, 10 o'clock in the morning? So.
I'm knitting. I'm sitting here
Crazy.
twiddling my thumbs and knitting.
Yeah, so my chest was already starting to turn, like, really tight about it. And he's like, "Did you see what your scumbag cousin posted?" And I was like, "Yep." And see, now this is where I don't agree with him. I'm not just going to nod and agree with him. I was like, "Yep, he was saying that you got hacked and it wasn't your account. What's the big deal about it? See what you do? You always take their sides. You want to hang out with scumbag losers like that? Have at it." No, I had to. And that was the last time I talked to him. Like, I had his number blocked, like, took him off my Facebook. Like, and I told Brian, I'm like, I've had enough. All my life I've had enough. And then I had some adult cousins come out, like it's his cousins, so they're in their 60s, saying that he molested them when they were kids. Like he was already a teen, old enough to know. And I was just like, I don't know what you want me to do with this information. He's 70 something years old. Like, you want justice? Like, putting it on my heart and like stressing me out about what he might have possibly done to you. Like, how is that helping anyone? Do you feel better? She goes, maybe I went around this the wrong way, but my therapist told me. I'm like, then you go back to your therapist and you tell her I said fuck off. Because if you can't, I'm more about like, if it's a solution to something or resolve something, I get it, but it doesn't resolve anything. And you can't take a 70-something year old to court or jail to die over something that happened to you like when you were little. Sorry it happened, but I shouldn't even be the one apologizing. I'm not in a role in it. You know, his parents could apologize to you by saying, I'm sorry, my son was out of control. I was supposed to say my father was out of control before I was even born? Yeah, it made no sense to me.
Well, that's because. Come on, Laura, you got to take
right, Josh, you got it. I know, right?
You're painting my fire pits.
I know. I'm trying to. I usually love painting rock. Josh, you're like 100% what is going on right now. Like, it's so crazy.
Yes, I'm with Gary.
Yeah.
Drinking beer.
Why
Drinking.
am I having difficulty sending this to Ethan? Do you have Ethan's cell phone number?
I'm not saying that.
Just don't say it out loud because I'm recording.
No.
And Josh, you were like right on the ball with that. She's selfish for wanting to live until her 90s and like whatever. It's a broken record, don't you think? Like nothing's going to happen with it. Nothing is going to happen out of that. But I couldn't imagine acting that selfish. So crazy. I don't even know how I'm going to get the wood going with the... See. I'm hoping I can get some red in here with some wood.
He's telling me he's having trouble sending. I don't know why. And did you text him today?
Yep. I didn't respond. First one.
Hopefully Wingstar comes because she likes hanging out with Gary. So everyone have a good Father's Day. Anyone do anything special? Barbecues? Out for a hike or anything? So we went out with Daddy Teeling today. Took him out for, we all, well, not Jonathan, he's a vegetarian. But we had fish and chips with Daddy Teeling today. It's nice to catch up, see them after COVID, you know, because they're older. We always just wanted to make sure we didn't pass on any kind of illnesses or spread something to them. So I'm glad that most of that is done. And they actually did catch COVID, they told me, after New Year's. So it's fine.
What? Y-E-L-L-E-D.
Like past tense. So quiet tonight. Everyone must be enjoying themselves, or there's live streams other places. So what's going to happen is if you take the paint on different levels when like everything dries and you go back over the same paint, you'll start to make it look like stone, like this, where it's just different levels. And watercolors are forgivable. So if you want to erase something, like right now I went over the rusty patinaed ring, and so I'm going to take this color again, just kind of go over it and it'll erase it. So that's why I like watercolors, because they're more forgivable. And to get stone, you just want to take some more paint and just kind of texture dot it everywhere, let it dry and see what happens. Now sometimes I'll add water to this and let it dry, but also use a napkin or a paper towel. Like, let's see, if I add some black to the stuff that's already done, let's see. Because what I'll do is I'll pull, like I said, I'll take a napkin with me and pull some of the color out, some of the paint out, and it'll just be lighter like the stone will be.
Text message on the sisters from the family. Well, they sent a message on the thing, said, please wish Stu and Angel a happy Father's Day for me, so.
So that.
I just said happy Father's Day for this morning.
And I'll take some more. So this is like a little travel kit that folds upon each other like itself, and I just kind of put the paint up on my palette.
You did. Let's go.
Spilling alcohol.
Alcohol abuse by
There's-
Gary.
Uh-oh.
No.
Gary's abusing alcohol in the house.
Yep. Just saying.
Yeah, Tasha's convinced of a lot of stuff. And did you guys hear her pretend to be her mother? Like she's calling, she said she admitted that she called the state and used her mother's information to pull the divorce decree out of record. So she's falsifying her identity to pull records out. So she's trying to get all the information she can and try to do the math on what may have come in a 1980 something divorce. I don't know how you guys can stand it. I don't even know who can stand it over there. Like, it's just so aggravating.
Guys, when you get your fucking ass up there, somebody dropped it.
Did you text him that?
Not yet.
To who?
My nephew.
Brian.
Oh, is he up here again?
Not yet. He'll be up here next
He's gonna
week.
be staying with Cassandra.
Oh, really? So-
Coco.
So what does she have? Like this room over here is an extra or a
She's got a
basement?
room right in this corner here, and then downstairs. I just got to put the ceiling back together again.
Yeah.
I can't believe that room is just pretty much like the way I played in there from the 80s, downstairs in the basement. Like there was just VHS and beta tapes like all over those shelves and everything.
Yes.
And like
Hasn't
both
changed much.
the girl, she slept in this room and the parents were in that room. They loved water beds, so they both had water beds. I sleep over all the time. And there was actually, there was a pool over here before.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Because when
Yeah,
I
there was
put
a round.
this
There was
patio
above
in,
ground.
Dick told me, I says, I gotta get some sand. He says, no, you don't. He says, grab all the sand you want from the pool. So I grabbed all that.
Yep.
yeah, I remember when they were like, it was him and his brothers that installed that pool.
Yeah.
So out here all the time, like, rolling the sand flat, getting it even. And then pretty much as soon as it was in, they moved out. Like, they didn't stay long. They went down to Florida.
Before, Dick and Carol moved in.
Yeah. And then here, there's been a pool here too. Right here under Christopher's window.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there used to be a pool right here, like on the corner.
There was something,
I didn't know
piping I
that.
ran. I saw piping coming out the foundation.
Cause Josh, she didn't pay for it. She stopped paying all her bills on her house because she said it wasn't fun and she wanted to do van life. She requested to do van life, and so the house went into foreclosure. And if you ever look up her address in Florida, all that information is public documents. This is too dark of a... Yeah, the Cormiers across the street had an above ground pool before they put the deck in behind their screen porch. So we used to go
Yes.
over there and
I
swim.
did know that.
Yeah,
I think I
and
did know that.
yeah, and then you guys had one that I've been in, I think, a couple times. But Dards had one at one point above ground.
We had one. We had one of those play ones.
We did the play one at first, and it just became like okay, I think I'll be using a pool, much longer than this is gonna last me. Oops, I'm not even on the paint. Yeah, no, 100%. Look up her address and see all the transactions she got. And then I posted that video where literally the state, there was Obama's hardest hit, and she applied for it, and the state gave her $42,000 for the house. But when that house was first bought, it was only about $80,000, so that would have taken care of it. It's just,
Just like that.
she's not responsible, and she lies all the time. But it wasn't like someone else just came and took the house, like, and went foreclosed.
Fire pit drinking drunk.
There's only so much you can do at age 46 with crying, being a crybaby about stuff. So I think what I'm gonna have to do later is take my paintbrush and put more water on it and start knocking out some of this color of the stone. But we're getting there.
So the stuff that I did today, because I had your wonderful, thank you very much for purchasing them. Pruners? No, I wasn't. Well, I didn't know about the wonderful project that we have to do. Or was it, I haven't used, I have yet to.
Always thinking about
Yeah. even in our yard.
Actually, you know what I bought those for? Because we ever bought a real Christmas tree. I couldn't find my prunes, and then I just found them the other day.
The fire's roaring.
Touched me. And our first fire pit for Friday.
Friday, no, Friday, what, the 24th?
23rd.
23rd?
And our first Friday pit for Friday. What?
No, Friday we're going to be
What
in
Friday?
Winchendon.
What
There's Oliver, the musical play, the 23rd. My friend's in that, I think. So I did 47 hours of overtime in 2 weeks. That was just straight out overtime. And I'm allowed 50 hours for 2 weeks. No, I'm down to 40 hours because of the holiday. But I told myself that I'm going to be doing fun stuff. So in Orange on the 24th, they have a river festival. Do you see that? People are going to be with their kayaks all lit up.
We tried that last year. Was that the last year we tried the Orange River Fest? Sean and Donna went there first and it was terrible.
Really?
That's the one that we tried.
It sounds
No,
promising.
It wasn't a river fest. It was the boating. It was something having to do with boating. So,
But isn't that, so it wasn't part of a festival? Did you just go kayaking?
I don't know. I don't remember what it was. I remember we went last
no, it was a
year.
boat show. It was a festival, but then it was boat show.
So they're doing a parade in the water, right? Where people decorate their boats with a lot of lights and stuff. They're doing that, and they have food trucks and other stuff. It starts at 5 p.m.
It was something we tried to get to, and our friend said it was terrible.
Oh yeah, we never even made it. We ended up going drinking somewhere else. Going out to lunch somewhere
It
else.
says what Friday? It says next Friday. This week coming up to the following.
Exactly,
No, not
Kat.
this- what-
Thank you, Paragon. Welcome.
So ask
Okay.
Yeah, she's a complete compulsive liar.
That's the problem right now.
Kate, please.
So we went down to Orange last weekend and found that boathouse that he rents out boats and stuff for the day. And he said you can use the ramp for free and his bathrooms for free. Like, he doesn't charge. And I was like, oh. So I have that purple kayak that I haven't used yet. But on display, he has this kayak on, did I tell you this already? It was a kayak on sawhorses, but like a canoe. So it's all open.
Next and the following, 24th and the 30th.
Yeah, she's going to complain about something because she's never happy. Imagine if she came across the lottery and she won like $2 billion. She'd still bitch about it and she'd lose it in 2 days. Big baby. She's going to insult everybody too. Talk about my nose. Is my nose really something of topic when your life sucks so bad?
Check on that 95
So
corridor.
crazy.
Bridge might be open again.
So, yeah, I have both going on. So, this canoe thing, it's a kayak, and you sit inside the bottom of it, but it's all open like a canoe, so you don't have like the closed-in feet and the closed-in back. And then it's wood trim on the top of it, as a kayak would be, with like the bars and everything too, so you can carry like whatever inside your kayak. Inside is yellow, and the design is like a honeycomb, right? Like beautiful yellow. And then the outside's white, and it's got a green stripe. And I was like, it looked just so old-fashioned, Victorian, rowboaty to me, even though it was I can't describe it. So I'm like, oh my God, I started thinking about it more and more, and I'm like, John, I want that boat. Like, I'm gonna have to get that boat. Like, you know, and he's just like, well, and I was like, I'm gonna call it Queen Bee, and Buzz, the truck, is gonna be driving it. And he's like, you know, can't argue with that. But you want to hear the price of it?
No, I'm afraid to.
Okay. Hey, Bridget, what's up? I'm over here painting a fire pit. So give a guess of how much this boat is.
Snowbound.
Oh, Bridge, thank you so much for stopping
I'm gonna
in.
say 15,000.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You put that high?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's only 2,000, like 2,100.
Okay.
It's doable
Also,
then.
1,500 instead of 15,000. Okay.
So that, I mean, that's
Oh, so
doable.
it's a canoe.
When we went
Here
up
we
there,
go.
we
Or
were
So-
kayak.
the
Kayak.
first night
I
we
call it
went
a
up there,
kayak.
what's the guy
Right, like I've never seen one like that where it's open, because I know the ones that are just like
in the middle of
it's plastic and you're sunning in it, you know, and it's all open like that way. I don't know what those are called. Almost like paddle boating, but not. That are kayaks, but this is like literally a canoe with like the wood trim on the top. Bridget!
Gotcha.
What's up, everybody? I am painting a fire pit. So I meant to come in on this angle, but then I started doing it like up above like this. So I'm gonna have to start adding fire now to this. Right, Bridge? Right? Like my friend was complaining. Oh, Jesus. There goes the motorcycles. So how's this for fire?
It scared the bunny.
So my friend was complaining that she was going to bed with her hair smelling like fire from the fire pit that they were having. And I'm like, oh no, I go to bed all the time like that. That's such an awesome smell. I love it. Love, love, love. So I need to try to find like, look, the fire is really orangey. It's not like red.
We're going to Pickety Place. If he wants to go to Pickety Place, tell Donna.
There is a place we're going
Right?
to on the 30th.
Isn't that awesome, Bridge? And then it makes so much memories because you're smelling like fire pit, but yeah. That to me just smells like summer. And I'm trying to think like where I put all my s'more stuff. Like I have all my marshmallows and grams and all that stuff. I think I left it in the camper. And we just came back from camping. When we're gone 5-6 days, I want to say. We just got back from that. So much fun.
We don't know yet.
All right, I'm gonna try to add some coal
Don't say anything.
to this fire.
So, if you want
Yes.
to go to Pickety Place,
I know. We haven't been up to the camp. I mean, John has because it's his and he lives closer, but I got to get up there and do hammock. And like I was saying, Bridget, like we're in major overtime with my new job right now, which I'm thankful for. So I'm just going to grab that cash while I can. And I did 47 extra hours the last 2 weeks. So I'm pulling like 12-hour shifts.
Change it from 4 to 5.
And then like on Saturday, I'm doing like an 8 to 5 or whatever, because you got to grab it when you can.
So if you want to do the Pickety
Oh yeah, I'll text you.
Place, Pickety Place,
I know. We got to catch up too, because I have no clue what's even going on in your life. I hope everything is good. I hope the fam is good.
Little Red Riding Hood.
I know it's going to be like getting hot soon in the city. Yeah, it's such a lot of hours, Paragon. Like, but so I keep hearing like congressmen, especially from like Oklahoma, talking about like cutting federal pay and putting blocks on our raises. And, you know, if we hit a budget crisis again when we close down the government and we don't agree on a budget, then I'm the first to get cut. And then I've gone, what, like 15 days or more without pay. So I just don't want to like risk it. So I keep like getting as much overtime as I can, you know. Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm telling you, it's like $1,000 extra, $1,500 extra. Just keep working, you know what I mean? Like, it's all I can do.
When is your overtime going to be going away?
I don't know, like,
That's what you're afraid of?
yeah, well, it's, you know, it's more like I'm going to have overtime, like there's no question, because things are so far behind. But the Congress keeps talking about like how to resolve budget issues, and the first thing they do is cut federal employees. So we've had government shutdowns, right? When they don't do it, they've had the ceiling, talk about the budget, not having it to go to like federal agencies and stuff. And now this jerk. So when we're in a job, you get a raise the first 4 years automatically. They're called steps, and you step up the first 4 years, and then you sit for I think it's 2 years, and you step up, and then it like kind of takes a little bit longer to go up and up. He wants to stop all of that and based on merit only. So if you have a bad manager who just doesn't like you and they don't want to give you a good evaluation, like my evaluation dropped big time this year, and it's only because I started a new job. So they can't give me like a 5.0, I'm a rock star, but they gave me enough to like I'm okay and I meet, but it's not enough to give me a bonus. So what he's saying is that if I had a valuation like that, I wouldn't get a raise that year. So they're trying to do that, and then they're trying to take away our retirement program that we actually put into.
Now? Or are you team lead?
What's that?
Were you supervisor now?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm actually like so below that, which I'm less responsibilities, so I figure it out. Yeah, the police are looking for me. That'd be the day.
Let me know if you need anything, pal.
Like sometimes I'm like, Bridge, like, take me away. Is it me that they're looking for? Because take me away.
What did you say?
I could use a break.
He's gonna leave Thursday morning. He's getting up Thursday morning.
Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna,
Probably Virginia.
oops, I'm gonna go ahead and make that OT while I can and just, you know, and as tiring as it is, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it. And there's things I want, like I was telling them about this new kayak that I saw and wanted, so
Place. Some Donna in Texas.
I'm just, I don't know, I'm trying to make wood here.
Yeah.
Jasmine, stop!
But
What are you
he
doing?
has to
Oh,
do it
Bridget, you don't
like
even have a wrench. Hold on, sorry, I didn't notice that until
Because if he doesn't-
until Jazzy came in. Sorry about that.
June
There you go.
30th was the
Wrenched
very
up.
last Friday afternoon was the
I mean, as
very
you know, we
last
don't block anyone here when they're all being like,
available spot,
"Oh, your nose is
so-
big."
Going down the page. What's the matter with his brother?
So Jazzy, I just got my hair done.
Saying it. Sorry.
And so I got the cost like $300. It's not on you, it's on me. So like Gary, stop talking. So I got my color put back in. The camera's on me, not you. It's facing my house.
Well, it's a good thing because you're playing with your hair and it's like.
Gary doesn't want to be famous like that. He's the voice like Wizard of Oz. He just saves Lori's life. All right, Jazz. So I was gonna do so this fire pit. I'm butchering the fire pit because I was not planning on doing it like as an aerial view, so I'm not doing well with fire pit right now. But I got rock. I like doing rock, so I got that. I could put like little rocks on the side too. Oh, we could add some grass. Want to add some grass? So this is my watercolor kit. It all these sides fold in on each other, and then I got this like sleeve to go over it so I can carry it wherever. And I carry a little water bottle with me. This thing right here is a water bottle, so it fills this little trough thing over here. And then when the paint dries, I get to use the paint all over again. So we'll get some green and we'll do some grass around the fire pit.
We don't know if she's talking to us or the phone.
Do you want a watercolor lesson?
No.
You could pick up a new hobby.
No,
What-
you give me enough hobbies.
When you come to the age that you can't mow the lawn anymore, we'll be painting it.
That'll work for me. But I do have my tractor, so it's going to be a while.
AstroTurf is a good thing.
Yeah, I guess if Eddie was mowing his lawn with his tractor for all the years he was, you can manage it.
Yeah.
Oh, a lint roller? I could totally paint a lint roller for Gerald. Hold on, what color should I use, Rose?
Good fire.
Should I use I have purple, I have blue, I have black. Do you have a request of what color the lint roller should be?
And almost that pile is almost done, so that's my goal, is
Alright.
to use that pile up.
So this
And then we
always
could
looks like
put another
nothing,
pile there.
but trust me, this is always going to be something.
Friday. You can help Sean.
Because then when we get all this done and get your paint done, all you got to do is add more water to your brush
No, the 24th?
and go back over it again. Ready?
Next Friday.
Magic.
Right.
So we have to.
So now I have like two different colors of grass.
22nd or the 20th.
Snowbound Club is next Friday. We got to help them. We want to go to the beer fest.
On
Turn
Saturday.
on a fire pit on Friday, on Saturday.
Isn't that Snowbound Club with like snowmobiles and stuff? Do you guys do that?
Snowbound.
Yeah, don't you see my snowmobiles over here?
My dad used to have one, like a 1970s huge ass heavy thing.
Well, I got one in the corner over there, but you can't see it now.
It was stolen with my poop hoses.
Yeah, there you go. Did you ever find those?
Nope. Guys,
Who would steal poop hoses?
seriously, it was in a Tupperware container with locks on the side, and because it had the Rhino blaster in it and the heavy hose, I don't think it just blew away, and it's just totally gone. Okay, so you want a blue one, okay.
Stole my propane tank.
Yes.
Well, I had copper piping in the shed thing underneath the pool, whatever. Just, it wasn't much, whatever, but I heard like a clink, and I'm like, what's going on? So I went on the deck, and like I heard a clink again, and that was it. And I was like, huh, that's weird, but I did find an elbow piece, you know, in the yard. So it's like midday.
Well, in the trailer that was over here,
Yeah.
we were going away camping one weekend. At the middle of the week, I set up
Umbrella.
Old camper, basically.
I set up the camper. I went outside and they stole my
Propane tank.
propane tanks. Right off the trailer. I was like, really?
Like, they don't cost that much.
No, they don't.
So So I had to devise a locking system for it.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. Like, if I get this boat, I'm going to have to do something to make, like, a locking system inside the shed. I thought I could put it on the ceiling of the garage and keep it safe that way. But the garage door goes too far back for me to fit it.
Over this side. You looking at your garage door, and you put anything on the left-hand side?
Yeah, there's already, like, a shelf there. And because there's, like, a cement that comes in where my steps are.
How big is the boat?
It's kayak length. But...
You can rig something up.
Well, I was thinking I could put it just in that open shed with a pool, like have them both there.
Oh,
Maybe even strap something on the ceiling that I could hook it to, and then I'll just
Sandra's got some. She's got a kayak hanger.
And she put it in her shed.
Well, it's in this shed, but she's got another kayak over here. But we can probably set something up in your. If you want to buy that kayak hanger from her, we can set it up in your storage area or in your garage.
Okay.
Did I just volunteer myself to help her?
Yes, you did.
Oh, shit.
Gary.
Did.
Oh, I'm so sorry you had a terrible time lately. It's horrible. And you're right, Oral Ollie. Like,
What was I thinking of?
Gerald's the best. This is a lint roller for Gerald. So I gotta.
Glory. That's why.
All right, I'm gonna use black for the roll itself. This is really wide. So this is the extra wide version. I got it. I'm too obsessed with like what happened on the top. This has become like an extra wide one. I'm gonna have to redo. This is awful. My lint roller is gonna have to have a redo.
Prelude.
Oh man.
Prelude.
All right, I'll try again with some black. Because it really should have just been like this, right? I was thinking it rolls like front and back, not like side to side. So I totally did this wrong. That's all right. Like any good artist, we're gonna fix this.
Only happy accidents.
Yes. This was just a happy accident. So what we're going to do is take some purple. Wait, where's my purple? Sorry, I didn't even have a post on that. Gerald goes to Walmart for his lint rollers. But yeah, if I was to provide him a lint roller company, then that would be this. We're losing our light. So I'm going to try to... I'm going to use this light purple as a background for our lint roller scene. And that's going to fix the fact that I made it roll the wrong way. I'm obviously not a lint roller professional, so... Yeah, I've been hearing bad stuff about Elbow lately.
Picture of the fire pit. Prelude to Saturday. Love and
It's like going crazy on the fire.
See how high we can make this fire.
Fire, fire. We're going to have helicopters flying over us trying to figure out what's going on. Just a disclaimer, this fire is completely under control with a hose next to us because we are responsible adults.
Yes, we are.
Most of the time, we're responsible adults. Whoops. I just painted black. I meant to paint purple, and now look at now I got black. But the lint roller's coming.
trying to burn everything.
Sober.
We are painting a lint roller per request.
I'm gonna sit for a minute, okay?
You asking me if it's okay if you can sit?
Nope. I'm not asking. I'm telling. I'm informing.
Glad to see. It says your aunt is trying to burn everything. Glad to see nothing's changed.
That's what he said?
Like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Elbow. All right, so I just painted this like way too dark. So we're gonna grab some of this purple now with just straight water and lighten this all out. So we're just gonna dip our brush a bunch of times into water and lighten this all out as watercolor can be. Oh, and then look at, I found my napkin. So if you don't like it, you dab it. Ready? Julio, we're painting.
Do you want some paper drink?
No, I'm good. I don't think it would be safe for me to, holy flames.
Isn't that awesome?
Like Gary, all the hair on your legs are gonna have burns off.
I don't have any hair on my legs.
Hey Julio. Hear that, guys? Note that on the Gary's, for the fans of the Gary channel, he's hairless
On his legs.
Oh, boy.
on his legs. Little dab will do ya. I know. I can't. I don't know whether I have a flash or not on this. Oh, I do. All right, so we painted the lint roller a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna keep taking my water and wiping out the purple.
Sane. S-A-N-E.
Or S-A-N-E for sane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain.
Insane. It's a requirement to live on the street.
So we're just doing a purple background for the lint roller. Maybe what I'll do is, watch this guys. I'm gonna add water to the side and then I'm gonna take green because I'm wild like that. Let's pull some green into this background. Ready? That didn't spread like I was hoping. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. Like a tie-dye effect.
She got that right. That's why I fell in love with her. The only sane one. That's why I fell in love with a smiley face.
That's a compliment. The only sane one.
Thank God.
Only sane one of the four. Trust me. Every time the cousins come together, I'm compared to all the rest. And I still am on the top.
Look at that. Back to fire. Pyro fire, pyro fire. It could be relish, right? So this is the lint roller for Gerald for coats.
My goal.
And I'm not making fun of him with the lint roller because that is actually a fantastic idea, especially when you're in an RV of some sort, just to pick up like any little dirt that you need to get. Like, you know, at the house, we have our dusters and we have our vacuums and all this different stuff, but you just need something to pick up. Lint rollers, why not? I'm a fan of lint rollers. I have like a huge supply of lint rollers because I have a husky and I need them.
So, what would you know?
Spilled relish living in the van life. That's an art piece right there, or Ollie. If I do that. Oh, what if I do one where RV Davies making nachos on his toilet? We can get that for art as well. That. No, I don't think he shaves. He probably just sits next to the fire a lot that just burns off. So we have the fire pit started and I started adding green for the grass. I have to finish that later.
Meant to be anything.
All right, hold on. Let me get my flash on. I'll show you guys I've done. So this is the lint roller. This is the fire pit started. I did ocean the past 2 days. The fisherman. I don't know where Davey's been. Has he been okay? You hit me with a stick and I'm suing you.
Go ahead, try.
I'm injured.
Can't get blood from a water. from a
Stone.
Sorry.
You probably can't get blood from water either. It dilutes.
Yeah. It's diluted right away.
There's a robin's nest I did.
I'll give you my credit card. You can see if that'll get you anywhere.
Hey,
This is
work for the IRS. Take our taxes.
Yeah, there you go. I wish I was a collector of some sort. This is my little journal.
I am so proud of you.
Good thing because you get a whole pile behind your
The thing is that I have no problem using this if it's right here.
Yeah, I don't know where RV Davey is. I hope he's okay. I do hope he's okay.
So it's like we can fill another the wheelbarrow, pick it up this tomorrow, and put it right there. I don't have a problem with that.
I'm driving back with my truck eventually when it's fixed to get a truckload.
You should, oh Lori. I was having so much fun with my cutters today.
You got all the fingers still.
That's good.
Yep.
You're getting good at that. I hope RV Davy's okay.
And no blisters because of it. Because of them.
You know, if something happens to RV Davy, like, well, I do have his last name. I guess I could check, like, the papers and stuff, make sure he's not gone. But if something happens to that guy, like, no one's really going to know about it. No one talks to him, really. Right? Except for, like, the guy who fixes his car. That's what happens.
I'm actually looking forward to Brian coming home.
Yeah, me too.
It doesn't last long, though, does it?
Cocoa. I need some cocoa love.
What's it get, a week?
Smile with it.
A week of love?
No, he's probably going to be here for about a month.
So what's he doing with his place down in Florida? Like, how does he afford that?
He makes
He's still working.
serious money.
He'll work from here.
Okay.
He'll work Monday through Friday.
Oh, so that's easier then.
Yep.
And does he still have dogs?
Oh yeah, he's
One.
got one.
Is he
Black
taking?
lab.
Is he taking them with him?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
Coco.
He could actually sit outside here all day long and work.
Yeah, just chill.
Yeah.
Because he could use our internet.
Go. Lint roller. Yeah, weed head Chris. For sure. Didn't he get bed bugs somehow? I thought there was a fight that happened though between them. Fire. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers to Davy.
A little bit left. Might be a couple of rocks in there. Then you have to put a couple of thicker than kindling things in this, so I can sit and drink, sit and relax.
This is a lint roller dedicated to coats. The 9000 series. It's a lint roller. Goes with the fire pit.
Hey, you didn't ask my permission to paint my fire pit.
It's a generic fire pit. It could belong to anybody. That's how art works.
Well, you're sitting here in front of my fire pit painting my fire pit.
I think you should prove that in court.
Court it is. Court's adjourned.
Well, we do know it's not my fire pit because I got a freaking chair in mine, so it's fine.
Okay, case closed.
Yeah.
Well, you see, Your Honor, I had no choice. Their pit's so much better than mine. Their backyard doesn't stress me out like my own does.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we
mowed
sit
right
there
now.
and drink. Lori, you want anything to drink? You also.
I already asked
Nah, I'm
her.
all set. Yeah, I had margarita yesterday, so I've just been like, I am just happy painting little happy lint rollers.
Because Gary's getting a little beer.
Our at least our lawn is mowed. It doesn't look like a forest anymore.
Not a forest.
Hey, I now have to do part of Eddie's too, unless I want field mice on my yard, so.
I don't know if the girl child is home.
Usually she comes over if she sees, like the lights turn on and she comes over and sees.
No, I send her a text usually.
Oh, because last time I thought she was like, she just looked out the window and she saw it.
No, I sent her a text.
Yeah.
I mean, she may have looked out the window to see if it was still going on, but
I haven't heard the doors in forever. To the other side.
she
We
says
have
tomorrow she's going to Six Flags.
nice.
Yeah.
I know, it's like we got this federal holiday and like no one's celebrating it for what it is.
After work. After work.
Well, we're going to.
Do you have the day off?
support-
Yeah, it's a federal holiday.
So,
I'm
That's
working.
abusive.
so are we going to go to a black-owned store?
I mean, I guess we could. I don't specifically know like a black-owned store around
I
here.
don't either.
Like I know of the African stores.
Well,
But-
that African black. Follow me on this one, would you?
I like it. Like I said, I mean, they've been celebrating it down in Texas and southern states for so many years. We just never, like being in New England, it just wasn't something that we like recognized or did. But I think it's a good holiday.
Oh, it's a.
I mean, if we're gonna have Columbus Day for God's sakes off, like,
Oh, excuse me.
you know,
Indigenous Persons Day.
did they change it?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
I still use
close.
Columbus Day. Well, it still comes up on my calendar as such, like Columbus Day. I didn't know it was changed.
Wow.
Is that all of it from over there?
The little pieces left there.
Good. Yay! I accomplished my goal.
You understood the assignment. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You understood the assignment.
There you go. Gary finished it for me. I cheated. Or he cheated. One or the other. I cheated for him. He cheated for me. I don't care. As long as there's wood burned and not around that I have to stare at. That's my goal.
And I keep saying I gotta get mine going, and I don't know. So like right now I'll get off work at 4:30 and I go to bed and I'll pass out and I'll wake up like either between like 6 and 7 and then I go on the computer until my shift is over for another 4 hours. It's like 6 to 10 or 7 to 11 or sometimes it's like 8 to midnight just so I can get my overtime in.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it.
It's nice working from home and being able to do that because back in the day I used to work 9:30 to 6 and then I'd have to stay in the office if I wanted overtime, so I'd do 6 to 10 and then drive home and get home at 11.
Yeah.
And just the driving back and forth was stupid.
Well, when I swapped jobs from in the hospital to here, working remote, I worked at least 20 hours a week because I could do at home what I did in the office. Because I now have access from home to the office work.
This makes more sense.
Yeah. Yep. And the doctors loved me for it. And then they took it away from me.
Ugh.
And now the person who works in the department is gone, and basically from what I've understood is that it's falling apart.
Doesn't it always?
Because there's nobody there to do it. And
Right.
Unless you ask me, I'm not volunteering again. Sorry. Do I want the money? Hell yes.
Just don't cry. What a big ass chainsaw. You can only cut wood.
Yeah. No, well, on the weekends, because he's working during the week. Yeah.
So we need to have a fire every night that he's here then.
That just might happen. Keep an eye on the backyard, you never know.
Would be an indicator if you saw a glow back here. There's a fire pit going.
True.
I would
Or if
not-
Beans usually lets me know first.
Oh yeah, Beans lets you know that I'm not here.
Where's John? John doesn't like fire, does he?
No, he's not a fire guy. But I thought he was going to come over. Okay, you see this? Here we go again. Now,
Oh yeah.
I called the cops the other day. It was like 9:45 and they were sitting back there and I called the cops. And when the cop came down, the car shut off his lights and took off the other way. And there was a prostitute ring or something going on before because it's always like every night.
Right behind us. Yep.
Yep. Like I don't know where that headlight's coming from right now.
Sitting right there.
But he's probably watching because this is where the people stop all the time. So he's probably just like, nope, just passing through at night.
It's either drug bust or prostitute, one or the other.
I mean, it is Father's Day, so I'm just gonna like say maybe they're just paying their, respects to their dads late at night. But
Yelled at today. Didn't
I know
tell you?
he told me.
Yeah.
People just have a way of thinking they can say whatever they want when they're not happy, and then they get satisfaction out of it.
Well, I stopped because I ran out of gas.
Are you sure you don't want
He's
anything?
probably thinking.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna go back soon.
I made him stop. I fucking
leaving?
ran out of gas, and I've been doing it all fucking afternoon, so I'm done.
Yeah, I feel bad because I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. I thought he was gonna come over, but he didn't.
Okay. Well, Tell him thanks for being a snob.
I will. But yeah, if Brian comes down and you guys are out here a lot more, I can even bring my computer. You know, yeah.
If you can talk and work at the same time, you're
Oh,
more than welcome.
100%. I can complain a lot too.
And, I mean, our Wi-Fi is right here, so.
See, there's some fuckery going on in the cemetery right now. See those cars?
Oh, they're visiting. They're visiting.
So I think whoever goes back there must have a scanner, because once they heard, you know, my report hit the scanner, that's when they took off. So I was thinking the cops came in, but they didn't. It's actually, they left like way before the cops came because they heard the scanner. Only pimps and hoes have scanners in the cemetery.
And drug dealers.
And drug dealers.
And drug dealers.
But I mean, no one's walked to the cemetery to get their drugs. You can just go in the parking lot over there. Did you hear the guy that was, it sounded like he was on some sort of like mopeds. I don't know. It was an annoying something that is not street legal. And he's like doing donuts and crazy stuff at Park Hill. And then you hear the cops come down and then you don't hear any motor anymore, like silence, right? And then as soon as the sirens were down there and everything. And then as soon as they left, he starts fucking back up again. The dirty burg.
There you go.
The dirty burg.
It's Fitchburg, where we love to live because the streets are such great places to drive on.
Yeah, someone